Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'd love to hear the patter of tiny feet. To my surprise, as I looked in her eyes, she said, I'm gonna buy some sheep. Sheep? I said. Sheep, she said. Gonna buy some sheep. Well, the very next...
Today's excitement here is, this is the rotor shaft in my hedge cutter that's flying around. And this bearing has gone in it. It was starting to heat and you could smell it burning last night as it was working. So this is my new bearing to go on. Double roller bearings in it, what they call a self-leveling bearing. And when you lift this little plate off here, that's where I pump the grease in, the bearing's in here, but this whole housing has to come off. Now there was a man who had left sheep wire lying and told me, oh, everything's lifted, there's no wire in the field anywhere. And when I went, didn't it wrap in round there, and that's going at 3,000 RPM, and went up into the bearing and rookied the wee cage between the two things. So you can't believe everything a farmer tells you. So that's how things go when you're doing this job. But anyway, it's all part of the learning experience. Now, there we are. That's what's left of her bearing. But this sleeve here has to come off now, so it may need heat torch on it to get that off. It's not a handy job. Now, for about the first time in my life, a job has actually been good. Look how this is coming off. There's a crack in it just there, as you can see. No, just there actually. And normally you have to thump and hammer and heat and pullers on that to get it off. So in a not very handy job, this was handy. There we are. That's great. And there's no damage done on this shaft here either, so that's good. It's a wee bit heated looking, the colour of it there, but all is well. So this is my new bearing and it sits down in there. So inside here is this bit of the old bearing. So I have to get this bit here, which is in here, knocked up out. It's normally not too bad to work with this way. That other one is the awkward one, which actually worked out very well. So I've got it started moving here, so you just tap it around. Here she goes. Another wee tap, yep. There you are, that's it. That's the, and that is the outer rim of that bearing really. Now you need to be very careful when you're working with the bearings here. What I do is, that bearing can shift round and you can end up with all the rollers falling out of it. So I just get a wee bit of grease here and fill it in right round, and that holds the ball race in its place so it doesn't fall apart on you. There we go. So this grease is called HD222RL. The RL stands for Roger Lum Supplies It. Thanks very much, Roger. Now I'm just doing a little job down at Portaferry here, hedge cutting job. I'm just finishing off actually. This gateway was totally overgrown here, so we have it trimmed up. And the ferry's just coming in as well, which is very nice. So it's lunchtime and Jay's with me today. Hey Jay, here you are. Here, it's ham and cheese today. So there you are. Jay's having a ham and cheese sandwich along with me, and it's a beautiful day up on the top of the hill here. I have eventually got the sign down to where it should be. Now there's still a bit of black on it, but you're going to have to sandpaper that off, and I don't want damaging the galvanizing coat on that. So I'm just going to give it a wee wash down with petrol here at this stage, and that will clean it down nicely. Wash any dust, and that will dry out, and then we'll start and paint. I have had to do it with a bit of very fine grit sandpaper, and I have also had to use the thinners on it to get the paint off it altogether. Excuse me. But there you are. That's us almost ready. Galvanizing is the best protective coat you will ever get, so unless you do it out of stainless steel or something, the sign, which is even more expensive. There you are, that's a limousine cow. A nice wee treat. Now, I used to do a lot of signs, but like everything else, a sign is an optional extra when it comes to paying the oil bills and the diesel bills and the electric bills. You don't need a sign, but you need the money to pay the bills. So this is one of the first things that gets cut down, or cut back on, should I say. There you are, that'll do. So you just need to be very careful when you're peeling this off, you don't tear the writing off along with it. There's a little tail there. There you are. Then you just give it a wee run with the roller, put the air out of it. There we are, Damadou's 109. There we are, that's the sign finished. That sign was galvanised, so I had to be very careful when working with the blowtorch you didn't destroy the galvanising on it. But it's a hard wearing component, zinc, the galvanising, and it's the way to go. I see a lot of new signs around the countryside, there are not a lot, but I see signs around the countryside that have not been galvanised, and they're only up a year and the rust's running out of them already. So there you are. So from the little girls at Glastry here, and from myself, we will see you next Friday. And next Friday's story is going to be about, I'm going down to the Mourns tomorrow actually to film a fella who's building the walls down there in the fields with a digger, the stone walls of the Mourns. And we'll see how it's done and have a little chat with the man who's doing it. So there you are. Toodaloo.